Hey guys, just wanted to come on here before we start the video and say we haven't seen all the movies of 2022 yet by the time we shot this video. So if you see some things missing, it's probably because we didn't see it. So please enjoy the ones we did see and enjoy the list that we made for the ones we did see. Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Popcorn Review the Movie Podcast. But on YouTube, we're just gonna address the elephant in the room right off the bat. We are all in the same room together. we can all sort of touch each other, but yet we're on Zoom to make the video better. Today it is when this video comes out, it will be the new year will have started, 2023. So
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So we wanted to say our top 10 movies and our top 5, our top 10 best movies, top 5 worst movies. So we're going to start with the top 5 worst movies. Jimmy, I'm going to designate you to go first.
Oh, that's...
So we're going to have your list on the screen. Jimmy, your 5th movie on the worst movies of 2022.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Can't speak on that, didn't see it.
Okay, I mean, like, fair enough. I didn't think it was that horrible, but it's fair enough. Like, I can't really argue against it. I did have fun watching it though until
I'm sorry, but
the Sally Hardest. That was the worst part.
yeah, they did Sally bad in that movie.
Yeah, they really did Sally horrible.
You have what they're doing with Jamie Lee Curtis and her trauma, and now they just have Sally being like, I think, what does she do? She gets like thrown into a pile of garbage.
She literally
Spoilers.
No, yeah, I think she just gets thrown into a pile of garbage.
Your number 4 movie.
The 355.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Where is that on my list? I have to look.
Okay, I know for a fact this was gonna be on the list because I told Matt, I was like, this is gonna be one. There's gonna be a couple movies that I'll be shocked is not on all 5 of our lists.
It's got a good cast, but I mean,
That's where it stops.
This movie was so bad.
but I like Jessica Chastain.
I'm happy that it's on all of our lists, but like it definitely is higher for me.
Jimmy, your number 3.
The Adam Project.
Really?
Yeah,
I kind of like them. I mean, it's not.
I thought it was stupid.
It's
It's
nowhere.
fine.
It's nowhere on either of my list. But I thought it was a fun movie.
It's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just one of those movies.
I was
for me.
highly disappointed in it.
There's way worse movies than it.
Jimmy, your number 2.
Morbius.
Where is that on mine? Oh, okay.
Yay!
Okay. Good. Okay. The one I feel like there's. I don't know what your number. Oh, I do know what your number 1 is.
Okay, this was the last second switch. I did have this at number 1, but then I was like, no.
I mean, I can't
My
disagree.
next one is my least favorite movie of the year.
I can't disagree because Morbius. I feel like it's on my list.
Morbius is number 2 for me, also as well, Jimmy.
It's on my list a little lower, and Jimmy. I mean, I know what it is. What is your number?
Do you?
1?
Can you guess it?
I know what it is because you told me.
Oh, Black Adam.
Yes.
I thought that was one of the worst things I've ever sat through in my entire life.
I very disagree with that. I had a lot of fun.
Thought everyone in that movie was rude for making that film. The Rock has now destroyed the DCEU. I'm blaming him.
Is that the reason why it's crumbled? That's why they hired James Gunn?
Yes, that is the reason they were like, what is this garbage mess that we just watched? And yeah, because also The Rock, he thinks that this is the most profitable movie of all time, and it's obviously not. It barely broke 400 million.
I mean, like, I can't argue with that, but I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. There's way worse movies because they're on my list.
I didn't love the movie. It's not on my top. It's not on my worst 5 of the year. But I didn't love it. But it wasn't like, oh my god, like I have to put this on my. It was like automatically like these movies I have are like going on my list. That one I was like, it's not good.
If there's a movie on yours though, Matt, if there's one movie that's not on yours that's on mine, I'm gonna be so beyond shocked.
I would like to,
and I have to say that you probably forgot about it.
I'm now thinking, now that I've looked at my worst 5, I think me and Kelly might have the same list.
I would like to make one brief mention to
an honorable
movie,
mention,
but you will find it out in my top 10.
Okay.
What?
You will find it out in my top 10. An honorable mention.
Is it one that we hated?
One that should have been in this list?
No, because I don't consider it one of the worst films I've seen this year, but it definitely was not good.
So it's your honorable mentions for your top 10.
For my worst list.
Is it because you saw my screen?
What does that mean?
Is it because you saw my screen?
No.
It's an honorable mention for your worst list, but you're saying it in your best 10?
Yes, because you'll understand when we get to it.
But okay, but I want to be clear that it's an honorable mention for your worst list.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So Kelly, let's go to you next. What is your top 5 worst movies of 2022, starting with 5.
Okay, so number 5 is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
We don't have the same list, but
That was an absolutely horrible movie.
I didn't see that.
It was literally the most useless thing of 2.5 hours that I've seen. One of them, because there's more. Number 4 is Firestarter with Zac Efron.
Oh, I didn't
see
even
that.
finish that, so I don't count that.
Well, that's why I said I was like, it was so bad that we didn't even finish it. So that's on there. I don't even remember it, to be honest. I remember like one scene, and it's like they're outside. That's it.
There's fire.
Number 3 is the 355,
Okay.
which you already spoke about. Number 2, as I said before, is Morbius.
Okay.
And number 1 is Men.
Oh, I'm actually shocked you didn't have some.
I'll be shocked if Men isn't on your list, Matt.
I'm gonna say mine, then we can talk about it because there's certain things I want to ask you why they're not on the list. But let me say mine. So
It could be I forgot about them.
okay, so number 5, Men. Number 5, Men.
Oh my
Number
God, that was
4,
the worst movie
number
ever.
4, Morbius. Number 4, Morbius. Number 3, the 355. Number 2, Blonde.
I didn't.
That's why I was surprised because you didn't even finish it. That's why I was surprised.
I forgot about Blonde. But you know what the thing is? I liked aspects of Blonde. I didn't like the movie as a whole, but like some of the filming, and I like the black and white aesthetic. And so it's like there are parts of it that I do like, but in generally, I did not like it.
One of the main reasons I put it on is because like I actually fast forward through it, and if I fast forward through a movie, I know I don't like it. Like I usually can sit through it and be
That's
tortured.
fair enough, but like Blonde, I didn't finish it, so that was one I did forget about it. But compared to the rest of these movies, I don't know.
And my number 1 is the next 365 days. One of the worst. One
You
of the
actually watched that?
me and Kelly and our friend watched it. Jenny watched it.
But you didn't see 365 days.
I did. I saw the first one. I didn't see the middle one.
Oh.
I didn't see the middle one either. But you know what the thing is? Those are just fun.
No, I do
think me and Kelly for our 2020 year review had that as our worst film of
all 3 of us
that
had it.
year.
I'm not gonna put it as my worst because I had fun watching it, and it's just so ridiculous that it was fun. But yeah, I would have thought Men would be higher on your list, Matt.
No, because I was interested in the beginning. Like I was interested in where it was going. And then once the birthings happened over and over again, I was like, you remember this. I was cracking up.
Yeah, Matt was
laughing.
like cracking up next to me.
I rarely crack up to the opposite thing you're not supposed to crack up at. And I was like, no, absolutely not.
But you know what? I'll put Blonde as an honorable mention as a worst because. But the thing is like there were aspects I did like of it. It did still have some cinematography.
I will say she was good at
she was pretty good.
There was moments, yeah, sure, you can say, okay, it's good, but for me, the overall, like after hour 1, I was like, oh, there's 2 hours. I'm just gonna fast forward because I wanted to see what the controversy was.
Yeah,
that's what it was. So I'm like, I can't not have it on there.
I think like I picked movies that there was literally no aspects at all that I enjoyed about them.
But there's rarely anything I can put that I liked about any of these other ones, and like even my honorable mentions, like, there was.
But that's fair. I have nothing against any of those.
So so until I saw more movies, you know what was on my worst list? I said, say this, Zombies 3.
Forgot about that.
The Disney Plus original, Zombies 3.
You know what? I saw the other 2. They're just fun for me. They're funny, so fun, bad, horrible for me.
So we're going to the best of 2022. We'll go in the same order.
Okay.
Jimmy, what is you from 10 to 1?
Okay, so here's
Or do you want to go from 1 to 10?
No, I want to go from 10
Okay.
I want
list is on the screen.
I want that suspense.
Okay.
Okay, so number 10. This is where I'm cheating just the tiniest bit like Matt usually does. I'm going with X.
Why is this cheating?
How is that cheating?
But I'm also going to say A24 horror as a whole this year, except for Men. That was my honorable mention, Men.
As in your worst.
In my worst. A24 horror except for Men.
I feel like that's really hard for you because you love A24 so much.
But with Men, I was quite thoroughly enjoying this film until about the last 15 minutes. It was the last 15. Jesse Buckley was unbelievable. I thought the guy, the man, was great, and then I didn't need to see birthing of full grown men. But yeah, X, Bodies, and Pearl.
Okay.
Wait.
All genius.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just like, why are you saying all of those? You still have like 9 other slots.
No,
I just want to let you know.
I get it.
But A24 horror this year was great.
I also want to let you know I didn't cheat this year at all. There's no ties. There's no nothing. How do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Jimmy, you're number 9.
Scream.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it all gonna be horror?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I can't complain.
He
Scream,
said no.
Scream was great,
Scream was
but
good.
it's in my
Scream-
honorable mentions. It was on
Scream
there
was
at time.
great.
Scream was such a
It
good
revitalized the franchise. I got 2 Jenna Ortega movies on here, and I just said them both.
Okay, Jimmy, you're number 8.
Elvis,
Okay.
very
complain.
good.
Very good.
Baz Luhrmann, love Baz Luhrmann's craziness.
Literally can't argue with
There's
you.
nothing wrong with that
Austin
choice.
Butler, perfect.
Okay.
I did not know Elvis deep-throated a microphone until I saw that film. So,
Did he?
have you not seen the clips online?
No.
Yes. Well,
Oh, okay.
remember in the movie he like shoves the microphone down his mouth in his mouth
Sort of.
Not
during
really.
one of the Vegas residencies.
Sort of.
I see that like at least once a day on Twitter. Number 7, The Northman.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that film. Robert Eggers. I do not think has made a bad film yet.
Okay.
So
I mean,
It's hard because I like all those
I'm
movies.
scared.
a lot of
because
your movies are already on. Were in my list, and then now in my honorable mentions.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
exactly. I was like, a lot of them are in honorable mentions. Like,
I'm a little scared because
why?
he's done 3 good movies in a row. I don't know what his next one's gonna be.
Oh, so you're scared
I'm
for
like,
the,
oh my god,
for the fall?
is he gonna pull a
Damien Chazelle.
no? Who did
he
who
has 3
directed
great
Men?
movies.
He is the first man.
Who directed Men?
Alexander.
Garland. Yeah. What if
Garland.
he pulls an Alexander Garland?
Oh God, he gets too into himself.
Yeah. Number 6, The Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Paul Dano, excellent. Robert Pattinson, excellent.
That was in my top 10. Now it's in honorable
Wow.
mentions.
Not what about Zoe Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz was
Wow,
excellent.
that's rude.
Um,
The only reason it fell out of my top 10 was the last act.
The third act.
Yeah.
number 5, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
There's a reason the rest of these movies above this now have 5 stars.
Okay.
So this is now where it gets to like
5
perfect.
stars according to you.
But number 4, Till.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Danielle Deadweiler.
Great.
Ooh,
I've been meaning to see it, but I just
you're not in that mindset.
yeah. You have to be in a certain mindset for that.
Once again in my honorable mentions. I have like a list of like 30 that I just like kept putting in my honorable
Danielle
mentions.
Deadweiler.
I know. Great.
Ooh.
Jimmy, number 3. Let's
Number
move along.
3.
Number 3.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just preface this. That's for a Marvel movie to be on Jimmy's top
Excuse me.
3.
I think Shang-Chi
it was, but I'm just saying, like, I love how everyone's kind of shitting on Phase 4, but also just like think in Jimmy's mind.
No,
They've been
Black
putting out some
Panther,
great things.
Wakanda. No, they have not
No.
been putting out some great things.
But okay, you're not.
Thor: Love and Thunder was absolute.
Did I say that
garbage.
Thor: Love and Thunder? I said Phase 4 people are shitting on, it, but they haven't putting out things for you to even recognize how good they are.
Oh, for me, yes. Black Panther. I think I liked it just because of what Ryan Coogler did with the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
After literally probably having to like scrap whatever he had and rewrite it.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett also.
Her Oscar moment.
What's her face? Oh my God, who's playing Ironheart?
Oh,
Oh,
Riri will. Oh, that's Dominic.
Dominique Thorne.
Dominic Thorne.
Like she was excellent. I'm excited for Ironheart now. I was not. Now I am.
I have to say, for this movie, a lot of things that people are complaining about, I'm like, I didn't see it, and like, I actually liked that they gave it time to breathe, and it was long. I didn't think it was overstuffed mess like people are saying. I thought literally like they couldn't have done better with it.
anyone who thinks it's an overstuffed mess, it was expecting a Marvel action movie. They weren't expecting an action movie with actual depth to it, and just weren't prepared for it.
And I'm not comparing the two because Black Panther is much better than I am comparing to, but like it's Eternals. People hated it because it wasn't the normal Marvel. And I think this wasn't the normal Marvel, but even better.
Well, because it's already established
yeah,
too. So
But
you
I
can't
also
take
think
away.
that the introduction of Namor,
Oh, a great villain.
a great villain,
Excellent.
and I'm so happy they didn't kill him off at the last second like they do with every great villain in Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So Jimmy, what's your number 2?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
No arguments.
It was genius Michelle Yeoh finally earning her recognition to what she should have been.
Also, it's just like
Getting-
to be able to balance
Stephanie
crazy.
How do you say her last name?
Shu.
Shu. I watched the scene
Well,
of
it's
her.
Sue.
It is Sue.
Yeah.
I watched the scene of her introduction as I don't remember the name of that character. I want to say Babadook, but that is not
Oh my
right.
God, that's what I was thinking.
Juju.
Juju Bean.
No, sorry, I was gonna say Juju Bean too, but Jobu Tabaki.
Yes, Jobu Tabaki is. I've watched that scene many times.
But also to be able to balance the craziness, with the action, with the heart, it literally like is what you go to the movies for. Like it's like what is like that is like pinnacle in theaters movie to a T.
And it
So-
did the multiverse perfectly.
Oh my god, I know. I'm like I hope all the awards go to it. I'm so excited for it. Now, Jimmy, what is your number one movie of 2022?
Nope.
Nope, you're not gonna tell us.
Nope. No. I
Nope's
think
amazing.
about that movie every day. I have watched that scene from that movie that makes me upset, and I still get very anxious
Explain what it is.
when Jupe's Landing all gets eaten. It's Jupe's Landing?
No. It's Jupe's Rodeo or something? Jupe's Ranch or something like that.
Jupe something. Whenever they all get eaten in the crowd, and then you just see them getting like digested.
That was
That scene upset me. I have not seen a movie where I wanted to leave the theater.
in a very long
I don't even
time.
think there has been a scene where it made me that uncomfortable. I wanted to leave the theater. That whole film is a cinematic masterpiece.
His best one?
I think it is his best one now. Now that I think about it, I think it is his best one. It is his best directed one. It is his Spielbergian summer movie blockbuster as a kid movie he's tried to make, and I think he made it. Kiki Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya, and Stephen Yeun are all unbelievable. And I cannot remember the other kid's name. Is his name Angel? Was that the name of the character?
Oh, the guy, the IT guy?
I think it's the name of the character.
Yeah. He was excellent too. But like that movie,
Jimmy speechless.
it is.
I mean, it's a great movie. I mean, it's on my list. It's
It
not
is a
number one,
cinematic-
but it's on my
It
list.
is a cinematic masterpiece that should be studied in film schools.
Okay, Kelly, let's see your top 10 movies of 2022.
Okay. Number 10. It's probably not on either of your lists, but I really like this movie. Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
It's on my list.
Number 9. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, okay, it's my honorable mentions.
I really just did the movies that I really enjoyed. Like the next 2 are not going to be on either of your lists.
Okay.
Number 8, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Okay, can I tell you, that was on my list for so long until I think I saw, like, not the most recent movie I saw, but another movie, and I had to knock it off, unfortunately. But that was on for most of the year until, like, last month.
Want to know a fun fact?
What?
That was on one of my least favorite movies of the year.
How can you hate that movie?
That movie was
I
so
was
good.
so bored during that. I did
That
not
movie's
think it was
so good.
I enjoyed that movie so much. I've watched it like 4 times.
I was not a fan of that film. I remember
Ugh.
leaving the theater. And
I
being
thought
like,
I was just
"Eh."
like, whoa, this is Nick Cage's comeback for
I
sure.
know. That was one of my 40 honorable mentions.
I love that
it keeps
movie.
getting longer and longer. Your honorable mention.
So that's
Oh,
number
yeah.
8. Oh, that's because he's not cheating this year.
Yeah.
And number 7, I'm the only one who watched this, Apollo 10.5. I love this movie. I really think it was a great animated movie. I think that it's just unfortunate that not a lot of people watched it, but it's really enjoyable. I watched it like twice in a row, actually. Like I finished it and then I rewatched it and then I also watched it the next day. So I was like, I really enjoyed this movie.
I was actually going to be surprised if it wasn't on your list, based on how, like, well you talk about it.
I just think it's so great. I love the animation and I just love like I just love like the time period of like, you know, like the fifth, like just that entire time period I enjoy. Number 6 is Nope.
Okay.
Jimmy, are you offended it's not my top
It
5?
should be higher, but
How high do you think it's, like, where's the cutoff that you think it should be? Like, it can't be lower than...
at least top 5.
But I
Okay.
feel like you wouldn't argue with all the movies that I did put in my top 5,
We'll see.
except maybe one.
We'll see.
Number 5 is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Okay.
Very nice, very nice. I'm surprised. Oh, you technically put it on there.
Yeah.
Technically. Number 4, you're probably going to argue with, actually, now I think about it. Babylon is my number 4.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed Babylon. It wasn't as great as everyone was talking.
My thoughts should be higher.
I liked Babylon a lot.
But-
Number
Oh
What?
no, I was gonna say Babylon, like literally, like blew my mind. I mean, we talking. I feel like we've been talking about on the podcast. Like we had, what was it? I think it was during Whiplash. We were like, "Is it gonna be great? Is it gonna be terrible?" And I was like,
we weren't sure. I said it was going to be
No, I know.
either great or horrible.
and literally from the opening scene on, I was like, "I'm in love. I love this movie so much." And if you know that opening scene, you know what I'm talking about.
Number 3 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Very nice, very nice.
I love that movie, and I waited so long to see it. It was number 1 for a very long time, but then these other 2 movies kind of came along.
Did we wait long to see that movie?
Well,
Well, as long as we
remember,
could
I
wait.
think it
Yeah,
was
as
like
long as
2
we could
weeks.
wait.
We had.
We had to wait like 2 weeks.
There
That's
was
so
there
long.
was an option to actually travel an hour to go and see it in the theater, but we didn't.
We did it for
didn't do
Avatar.
that. We were like, we should just do it, but then we were like, no, we'll just wait. We'll just wait, and then it finally came to a theater near us, and we're like, yes. Okay, number 2 is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I really
it.
enjoyed that movie.
I'm trying to think of your number 1 now.
And number
Is
1,
it obvious?
not. I mean, for me, because I'm a action freak, is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was
See, no, if you would have said like Black Adam, we would have had some.
I would
fighting.
never say Black.
for a split
I
second.
enjoyed Black Adam, but it's nowhere near in my top even 100.
For a split second when you said action, and I don't know why Top Gun, because I'm like, I know you,
You
love
thought it was
Top
Black
Gun.
Adam?
No, I thought it was Bullet Train for some reason.
No, I actually thought about putting Bullet Train on here because I liked it a lot.
That was almost my worst films.
So I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm Brad Pitt biased, so like anything with him in it, I pretty much love.
And you have one of his movies.
And yeah, and I do have one of his movies, but Top Gun Maverick, because that's a movie that I was super excited for. And after I saw it the first time, I just was like,
I was like,
holy shit! Like, oh, sorry,
I was like, your hands. I was like,
I forgot that my camera was on this side, but it was Top Gun Maverick. When I saw it for the first time, it blew my mind. It blew my mind, and I don't care too much for the first Top Gun.
Oh, I hate the first Top Gun.
And I mean, I like the first Top Gun, but this one I was like, this is amazing. And when it ended, I was like, wow. And then when I saw it again, I still enjoyed it even more. And then I just watched it again recently. I watched it over the holidays, and I was like, I like this movie more and more every time I see it.
I have to see it again because I really enjoyed it the first time.
There's only one fault, and
it's
that's
on-
Jennifer Connelly.
Exactly. That's and it's on my list. But I want to see it again because like I want to like familiarize my. The last time I saw it was in May, so I want to see it again because I feel like it would go higher in my list if I saw it again.
It's just like every time I watch it, I like it more and more.
Yeah.
I don't care for the Jennifer Connelly part, but I still like it, the rest of it, enough that it's my number 1. I'm proud to say that I had a couple mainstream movies in there.
I would know. I think my list is I think a good mix of everything. So also like except for the top 3, my like 5 through 10 could change on the day depending on how I thought about the movie. But my top 10, my number 10 is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Thought that was such a surprise to see that in the theater. I was like, this is amazing.
I that was like one of the funniest things I've seen this year.
It was literally like it was such a good time. Like I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, because I was like, I know I'm probably gonna like it, but I don't know how far I'm gonna like it. But that was just like, this movie's
it's
so
an
funny.
A24 film, so I can go either way for many of these.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could have gotten another fucking Men, but we didn't.
But we got an X and Pearl. In my eyes,
I know. I everything but men. I agree with you, Jimmy. I think
have
that is true.
Nothing to say. Pearl. I mean, X. After seeing a bunch of other movies, I sort of enjoy more. I liked X until the end.
Jimmy, unfortunately, X and Pearl were in my list, but they got bumped down to honorable mentions. So I apologize.
I
in
need to know what
advance.
Matt's list is. So like,
because
it's
every
like,
movie he's seen
every
is an
movie he's
honorable mention.
everything that is not on his list that is on our
That's
list.
why
He's like honorable mention.
It's
Jesus
list,
Christ,
because
Matt.
I literally throughout the year I was putting it, so I would just bump it down. So if like
show it to the screen.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're on screen. So like it's literally all that stuff is honorable mentions. I don't want to give away my stuff, but okay. Number 9, Glass Onion. I thought there were some things I didn't love about it, but overall, once the mysteries got started, I was glued to the screen.
Especially
I thought,
Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe stole the show.
My
And
issue-
I was so confused as to why, because I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, at first I was like, she sucks. Why is everyone getting her Oscar praise? And I was like, oh, she sucks on purpose. That's good acting.
that movie, if I think the first hour had been a little more, if it didn't, I felt the first hour kind of dragged a bit. So I think it would have been in my top 10, but it dragged a bit.
The first act.
The first act.
I
but
agree.
Janelle Monáe was I love
Chef's
everything
kiss.
she does. She has an album that is literally perfect. And then there's also another perfect line in that film.
I know what it is.
In
thought-
Knives Out?
You
It's about
thought
the
sweatshops
sweatshops.
were where they made sweatpants, didn't you?
My number 8, it's lower than you guys with Top Gun Maverick, but only because of Jennifer Connelly. Literally, that
She bumped it down that much.
she did. I could literally.
Every time your brother talks about Top Gun Maverick, it's straight up. He's like Jennifer Connelly. Jennifer Connelly.
So it's like,
sucked.
it's not like I'm
Why
like-
was she even there?
It's not like I'm out of context to put it that far
see,
down.
You couldn't. You needed the love interest so
But-
that the Lady Gaga song made sense.
But this is what I'm saying. If I saw it
What if
again,
he was just holding his hand with his fighter jet? That would have been weird.
no, him and Miles Teller could have held hands. But if I watch, why I want to rewatch it. Maybe I'm overthinking how bad she was, and maybe it would go up. That's why I'm saying 4 through 10 can move throughout the day. Number 7, very random. Love this movie. Fresh. Fresh was amazing.
You have been talking about it a lot.
Love this
so-
movie so much. What?
I would like to talk about this film. Did not care for this film,
This was made for Jimmy.
but I can see that it was made for me, and I was just like, nah, been there, done that.
No, but like those, like that.
You were like, that was amazing, and I was like, meh.
It's kind of what you said with like Emily and the Criminal, Kelly. It was done very well, but like the idea has been done before, but it was done in a different way that made it stand out. If that makes sense.
I understand what you're saying. I'm
Yeah.
also afraid that it's because it's Sebastian Stan that you might like it so much.
No, and what's the girl's name?
Daisy Edgar Ridley Jones.
One
Daisy
of-
Edgar Jones.
I was gonna say one of those names put
I was
together.
like, you literally just named 2 different actresses.
But yeah, but also Jimmy, to your defense, I feel like when movies are too geared towards you, you don't like them.
Yeah, like Babylon.
Like Babylon. Babylon was like made for you as well.
That's why I never tell Jimmy. I try not to tell Jimmy like this movie is made for you because then he might not like it.
My number 6, Elvis. Kelly, was Elvis on your list?
Elvis was on my list when I was going through it, but then I was like, I haven't watched it again since it came out. Why? Because I know it's such a long movie. And I was like, I guess it's not because I hate it at all. I actually enjoy Elvis. That's probably like 11 for me. But I was like, rewatchability, which is, as I always say, an important thing for me. It's whenever I go like, oh, I'm going to rewatch Elvis, I'm like, I do not want to sit here for 3 hours.
But like that's the like when I remember when we were watching it, I was like, so much has happened in like an hour. I'm like, whoa! Like when someone can catch me like and glue me to the screen, I'm like, this is a
That's
good
Baz
movie.
Luhrmann.
That
Baz
was
Luhrmann
yeah.
can do that.
Also, Austin Butler like
Yeah.
made me like put this in my top 10 automatically. He was so good. That's why I'm like when all the praise this movie's getting for Oscars, I'm like, people kind of get upset about it. They're like, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm like, no, it's worth it. Jimmy, you'll make this will make you happy because it didn't go below what you think it should. Number 5 is Nope.
I mean, it should be number 1, but
But I'm saying you said at least it should be below 5, so it hit that criteria for you.
Sorry.
Nope is amazing. I love Nope. I love Jordan Peele. Number 4, The Menu. I fucking love. I fucking love that movie.
Is it because you
are Nicholas
understand
Holt's
Nicholas Holt's
character?
character?
To a degree.
To a
yes.
T.
To a degree.
To a T.
To a degree.
To a T.
To a degree. After a certain point in the movie, I would not do what he did.
Also, The Menu, I like that movie. Nothing against it. The burger was really great. Attempted a recreation. Turned out okay. So, but it's definitely not going to be in my top 10.
The Menu, just not because I'm a foodie. Also, I think that also swayed me a lot. But also, I just liked the movie itself. I thought it was done very well. But
I thought it was a little misleading. Just a little. Or that was because my perception of it was something very different than what we got. A little bit.
But I like that it wasn't what I thought. It was something different in the movie. Like you're watching, you're not sure what's happening because you thought one thing, but then it's something else. That's what I kind of liked about it too.
It's a good movie. People
Yeah.
should see it.
Number 3, Babylon, amazing movie. You should go see it, even though everyone's shitting on it, except for very few people. I mean, it's like very divisive.
Thing is, we also know why people hate it.
No, I know, but like,
It's one of those movies where it's like, I can understand why people hate it, but it just appeals to me.
no, I love them, but like, it's like film Twitter. It's like even film Twitter's divisive. Usually, like they kind of collectively say one thing. It's like they don't even know. Like even the 3 of us, like I thought we were all gonna be after seeing it. I thought we were all gonna be like collectively one thought. And I was surprised. It's not on Jimmy's top 10 list, and that I would have never guessed that. Number 2, Everything Ever All at Once, amazing movie. Was my number 1 for a very long time until November 11th when I saw my number 1 movie, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. One of the best Marvel movies, or one of the best Marvel movies of all time. I mean, I'm trying to think if it is the best Marvel movie of all time, but that's a very hard statement for me to say, so I'm not going to say it. But it's very close. It's a very close movie. That is our top 10. That is my top 10. That's your top 10. That's your top 10.
I actually feel like this is the first year where we haven't gotten to a huge argument about people's top 10. Probably because Matt didn't cheat this year. But
No one yelled at Jimmy when he cheated. I'm going back to cheating now. I'm going back to putting
But
a tie.
I picked X, but I'm also saying, but A24 had an amazing year for horror minus Men.
So here's the final question before we go. What is the most anticipated movie for you for 2023? Okay, mine's Barbie. Kelly, do you have one?
The Little Mermaid.
Jimmy?
Scream 6.
Oh, there you go. Scream
There you go.
6, Little Mermaid,
That
Barbie.
little teaser trailer. Oof.
Well, that is our top 10 movies 2022. Our top 5 worst movies 2022. So you guys aren't used to it. We do a different ending on the YouTube channel. So we all say cheers at the end. So when I say cheers, you say cheers. Ready? Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Cheers.
Cheers.